Hello, everybody. Okay, we're going to try this again. We're going to be talking about, this is the first part of my series about canine sensory gardens. And we're going to talk about environmental stimulation. And let me see. I saw something about, dang it, you guys got to be patient with me. Oh boy. Give me 1 second while this is downloading. I took Oliver outside to wear him out. Hopefully that was enough for him. Okay, so we're going to go over here. All right, so we are talking about environmental stimulation today. And this is kind of where sensory gardens all start. We kind of need to learn how to see how our dogs see the world. You guys might have to excuse me while I step away for a second to deal with Oliver because he's whining. Apparently, he's woken up. Sorry about that. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about environmental stimulation. This is where everything starts at for starting our sensory garden. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this dog. This is Willow. Not Willow, I'm sorry. Whisper. Whisper the cattle dog. Cattle dogs are my favorite breed. And this is, I can't remember the name of her owner, but this is her. She went and did a base jump with her owner. He was a filmmaker for National Geographic. So this is Whisper. Anyway, so we're going to start there. We don't have to take our dogs base jumping to have a good time. And this is Rupert, cattle dog in London, England. It's not the usual place for dogs to live, but once again, we don't have to take our dogs to see London Bridge for them to have a good time. So I wanted to bring up that dogs, they hold a very special place. They call them man's best friend because they have been with us for so long. 10,000 years is a very long time for them to have been our companions and, help us hunt and protect us. They have done it all, and they are the first species to have willingly joined into a relationship with us. As a result of that, the length of time and, learning to work with us, they have started to develop a brain very much like us, a prefrontal cortex very much like us. So they are starting down the path of having minds, and a part of being a responsible dog owner and loving our dog is to provide them with stimulating environment. We can't just park them on the couch. When we park them on the couch, that it results in a lot of bad behavior. This is something that has happened with as a result of selective breeding. What selective breeding is it isn't just for coat color or appearance. It's also for biddability and a desire to, whether it be to hunt or, work with cattle, to move them with us and get them someplace where they can, where they can be taken to market. Sorry, I'm really nervous about this. Anyway, but once again, dogs are becoming more and more like us. Enrichment and an environmental enrichment is defined as any technique designed to improve the biological functioning of captive animals through modification to its environment. And these are the senses that we are going to take a look at through the rest of this series so that we get a better idea of what it is that dogs see, because it's just a little bit different than us, but they do see quite a few different things than we do. So the first one is sight. Yes, well, a lot of people think that dogs only see in black and white. The reality, and they have proven through additional tests, and I guess even my own dogs have proven this to me. Dogs see in various shades of blue and yellow. I personally, sometimes I'll share this with you, but one of my dogs, he actually knows how to paint, and he puts his little paw in blue and green, maybe teal, sometimes magenta colors that, and black. He also does black. But anyway, he will do these different colors and do little paintings that we have sent to his veterinarian as well as his foster. She has some of his work displayed in her home. The next one is sound. Dogs can hear 4 times the distance of a human. They can also hear higher pitches than we do. So they do enjoy hearing different kinds of sounds other than just a silent house. Taste. Dogs have about 1,700 taste buds, while human mouths have around 9,000. So there's probably, combine this with a steel gut. This is probably why they can handle going through and eating gross things like roadkill, because they can't really taste how bad it truly tastes. Touch. Uh, Dogs' paw pads, they're, even though they are made up of fat, really thick skin. Dogs' feet are still sensitive to heat, and we can sunburn their feet by taking them, or not sunburn, but their feet can be burnt by walking on hot pavement too much. Additionally, touch, that's something that we engage in when we pet our dogs and groom them. So, dogs really do enjoy being touched by their humans. And then also, there are some uh, tricks that you can train your dog that they really enjoy that involve them touching you, whether it be shake. This woman here, she is demonstrating a very basic skill of a dog touching their hand, um, or not, of a dog touching his nose to the human's hand. Number 9, dog's sense of smell is 40 times larger in a dog than it is in a human. So this makes it so that they are very, very skilled at finding people who have gone missing, and finding cadavers, finding drugs before we go on the plane or packed in cars on the side of the road. You'll see it when people, their cars will sometimes be checked at borders, like into, I don't know if Canada does it, but I know that Mexico, um, they'll have a scent dog going over vehicles, both coming in and out of Mexico. And then also, they can even use dogs to find bed bugs in commercial office spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get to some studies as to how environmental stimulation impacts dog behavior, because these sensory gardens, they can go a lot. They can really help a lot in managing our dog's behavior. So now this is a lot of the European countries, as well as Australia. They are very interested in animal welfare, and they are very dog-centric societies. So United States doesn't, they mostly want to keep dogs at home. So anyway, animal welfare research knowledge exchange in Gloucestershire, United Kingdom, Gloucestershire. I don't know how to say that. Sorry. But in May 2017, they did I think it was a 2-week study where they exposed dogs to different kinds of scents to see how it impacted the dog's behavior. And these were all shelter dogs that were hoping to get homes, waiting for homes. So they were trying to see what impact these different scents might have on the dog's behavior, things that would make the dog more adoptable, because kennels and shelters are very stressful places for dogs. Being able to hear 4 times as well as we do and higher pitched noises, a kennel is going to be a very, very loud place. It's going to have a loud din to it because um, it's all concrete and cinder block, and all of that is, to make it easier to clean. But it also comes with a lot of clanging doors, and something that's very bothersome to dogs. And then the other dogs barking, they kind of get, once dogs get barking, they kind of get in this group, I guess, mindset where everybody starts barking. So that's the reason they did this scent study. And vanilla, valerian, coconut, and ginger, all of those reduced barking. They were very relaxing scents to your dogs. This is something we could even use in our homes, that we could maybe put in a diffuser or burn candles that feature these scents. All right, next study it was done by the same group, and this is a November 2015 study where they tested dogs. I think this one was a month long, and I think it was actually 15 dogs. So it was a pretty big group of dogs from a nearby shelter, and they played everything from different genres of music, from classical to rock and roll, to every kind, to pop, all of that kind of music. They played that along with music that is geared to relax animals, as well as audiobooks. Basically, it was anything that you could hear. I think they also played animal noises like birds chirping. Anyway, one of the number one audio stimuli that dogs were most that they enjoyed the most, that reduced the amount of barking, that got them off the gates to their pens, so that they weren't barking and jumping and kind of freaking out potential owners. All of this reduced dogs being up at the gates. It also kind of got the more shy dogs, it kind of got them a little bit off the wall. They weren't, so much wallflowers. So it kind of got everybody in the middle, of their pens, if you want to think about it that way. It brought, it kind of created a different, atmosphere with audiobooks. And that's something that we can get those for free from our libraries. We can get audiobooks to play during the day. TVs as well. You could probably, just put that so that you don't see the picture, and your dog can listen to, the talking TV. It's just about the talking and kind of, rhythm that relaxes dogs. They are very much social animals. They do enjoy being with us, and they do enjoy hearing our voices. So that's something else that can be very relaxing to dogs, and it can reduce some of the behaviors like barking and clawing at windows, and jumping. And I call it love mugging. One of my dogs, she used to love mug me on my way in the door. She would kind of jump, and then I would get down on the floor with her, and she would just get all wiggly and so excited that she would end up knocking me down. Um, so, anyway, it looks like a lot of folks are busy. It is Father's Day, which is fine. And I didn't get any questions in the chat. So, if anybody has any more questions about environmental stimulation, please feel free to put those in the comments. And as time goes and these videos become more and more, I guess, honed in on the gardens themselves, I'm going to do my best to provide the different resources, as well as maybe some Google Drive references for differing plants and structures that you can put in your dog's sensory garden. So I want to thank everybody who comes back and listens to this. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your patience, because I'm tripping over my words and trying to trying to get this all figured out. So thank you very much for your patience, and I hope everybody has a very nice Father's Day. I hope everyone can reflect on their father, and I hope that their father had or father figure had a positive role in their lives. And I do want to point out that even if it was your mom who was your father figure, reflect on those times that were good. And if your parent is still with you, give them a call today. They love you. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put the effort into raising you and teaching you how to live. It might not be perfect, and we have to adjust things. But remember that our parents did the best they could. So um, remember the happy times. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to me talk about environmental stimulation. Thank you. Bye.